Welcome to our end of the year podcast on Fishing Without Bait, a lifetime without definitive expectations, in full impact mindfulness, where we ask and encourage and guide people into exploding into their life rather than sitting back and waiting for something to happen. Hi, I'm Jim Ellermeyer, and today I'm joined by my good friend, co-host and producer of this program, Mr. Mike. So, Mr. Mike, we've often taken a different path than other podcasts, and particularly today when all one hears on the radio, whatever media, is countdowns.
Absolutely, like the best and the worst of the year and everything, right?
Right, and what anticipation to come. However, every day is every day, is it not?
Absolutely.
Every day's a new day. Every day's a new dawn. Every day's a day where we can figuratively come out of our cocoon. Every day is a day where we can figuratively come out of our shell, like the chick, like the butterfly, and come out into the world and expand and explode our world into color, spread our wings, and fly away. So, have you ever made a to-do list on New Year's Eve? Have you ever made a resolution?
Back in the day, I would, when I felt like I needed a lot of corrective actions going on.
Resolutions are roadmaps for failure, Mike. Roadmaps for failure. This is the time of the year when especially fitness centers make all their money because everyone joins the gym.
There was actually a post on Facebook today of somebody saying, hey, they must be giving away free muscles at the gym today because it was packed.
Well, the idea is that people make resolutions. However, it's not followed by what? It's not followed by action. So we always remember our story about the lottery story about buying the ticket, and resolutions are setups for failure. I know that when I was out there running in the drug and alcohol world, honestly, I would wake up every day and set a firm resolution that I would not drink or use that day. However, it wasn't until an intervention by the divine and others that led me into recovery and sobriety and being clean. However, if you'd like to know about that, you can certainly listen to our origin story that's on one of the podcasts. So the idea is that intentions are firm set determinations, Mike, followed by action, followed by focused action. So one of the things that we ask people is to make an intention, just one intention, not that you're going to learn Chinese or lose 50 pounds or make $1 million or solve world peace, feed all the hungry people. Those are wonderful and those are wonderful resolutions. However, are they practical in the moment?
No, because you're looking at a broader picture than you can kind of tackle, and it becomes too big of a task, and you just fall in your old ways.
That's right. Where there's just too many areas to explore, too many tunnels to go down. We need to pick one tunnel and go down it and be firmly resolved to go down that tunnel no matter what. Okay, so rather than what we like to do is set up a not to-do list rather than a to-do list. A not to-do list. Have you ever got up in the morning, Mike, and made a not to-do list?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'm going to challenge everybody out there today. When you get up in the morning, I'd like you to make a not to-do list. So if you had to make a not to-do list this morning, Mike, what were some of the things that have been on it?
Don't step on the cat. Don't forget to feed the cat. Don't overload the laundry. Don't that's a good start, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Those are wonderful things. However, sometimes when we make those resolutions, do we feel like we have these resolutions and they're just spinning around and they never get anywhere. They just float around, just spin around and never leave, never any action behind them. Nothing ever gets done. They just go in a circular motion. So, have you ever felt like that? That you're literally spinning your wheels?
Yeah, it feels like no matter what I'm doing, I'm kind of in the same space.
Sure. So what we try to do is have people label and identify the things that they don't want to do, the not to do list. Okay. So you know that we like rocks. We like rocks on Fishing Without Bait. So what we suggest to do is in the 12-step world, we often say that the addiction that you're carrying around with you or whatever is like this big stone that you're carrying around. So what we help people like do is identify and label what that is, and we have them literally drop the rock. We have them literally drop the rock. Okay. So what I'd like everyone to do out there is to think of some things this year that they don't want to do. The not to do list, like let's say spend excess money, or use profanity, or be nasty, or be mean. One of those things. So the idea is you could write on a rock like this, you could write mean, or you could write nasty. And every day when you get up in the morning, and we often suggest that everyone have a routine, to pick up that rock and look at it and focus on it, and then drop the rock every morning. That's experiential type of learning. Okay. Talking's wonderful. All right. And as everyone out there knows, I'm in love with the sound of my own voice. However, when you put these words into action, put the words into action. So I'm going to challenge everyone out there to do that, to write whatever that they don't want to do that day, write it on that rock, visualize it, hold it in your hand tightly, and drop that rock. So, some of the things that we do keep coming back to us, right? They keep coming back to us. So, what are some of the things that you would like to perhaps do some magic math with your life and have some addition by subtraction?
Things to remove from my life.
Right.
That would be some troublesome neighbors that leave trash everywhere.
Troublesome neighbors, yeah. So some of the things that we do want to get rid of, however, they're like this ball,
Hmm.
okay? And we try to throw it away, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. What's it keep? Has it gone?
Nope, it's
How
still
come?
there. It's still there attached to you.
It's attached to me, okay? So that's one of the things about these balls like this. They're attached to you. I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of this, but I can't because I'm attached to it. I'm still holding on to it. And that can be a blind spot for people, can it not?
Absolutely.
How many times have a friend of yours said, I'm going to quit smoking, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they still walk around with a pack of cigarettes in their pocket? Or they want to stop drinking, but they have a bottle of liquor in their house.
That's always been a big thing I always hear is, especially for weight loss, if you want to eat better, remove all the bad food from your home because
That
eventually you're going to get to it.
That's correct. If you're covered with gasoline, like we always say, avoid open flame. So the idea is when we have these rocks, we can let them go. But when we're attached to this, then some of the things that in our life, and we've often talked about this in the past, Mike, that we stay in situations and we hang on to certain behaviors or activities, not because they're comfortable, but because they're familiar. I just can't let that go. I just can't let that go. Maybe it's something as simple as eating late at night. Maybe it's something as simple as not answering your phone. And at the end of the year, quite often, one of the things we talk about is pet peeves, is it not?
Absolutely.
How many people do you know, Mike, that have not set up their voicemail on their phone?
Oh, plenty.
I seem to run into that rather frequently.
Isn't that the 12 o'clock blinking on a VCR of the new age?
Well, I'm not real sure about that.
By the way, how is your VCR?
all my that those things are gone from my life. I have disconnected to connect. As I've told everybody out there, the cable and I have parted company. It's gone on permanent vacation and an exile, actually. So the whole idea is that we disconnect from things, and the VCR, the things like that. Or how many people have you with the voicemails leave their voicemails full? How often does that happen to you?
That happens from time to time.
It happens to me rather frequently.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole idea of that is uh, they're doing that on purpose. That's an intention, is it not? What are we trying to avoid?
More bad news.
more bad news, whatever it is. So the idea is to step outside and look at these situations rather than from them. What is the reason that I am avoiding Mike? What is one of the reasons why I won't take messages from people? Because I don't even want to know what those messages are. Would that be correct? Okay. So that's like fear, isn't it? And fear's something that we just can't get away from. Because why? Because we're holding on to it. We're holding on to that fear. Now, some people like to be afraid. We have a friend of ours who's a marketing manager for a local concern. Do we not? That likes to scare people.
Mm-hmm.
Would you care to share a little bit about that? We can throw a plug in
Oh,
for her.
that'd be our good friend Katie over at the Scare House. And we've
Yes.
had a lot of conversations lately because I even just did a Christmas edition of the Scare House.
Ah,
Figure out the best way to scare people and make them want to come back.
right. Now, the idea of that is that's all in good fun, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
And you're choosing to go there. No one teleports you there, or you're not kidnapped and put in there, or you're not hatched there.
Although I do wonder about some friends that drag other friends to it. But other than that,
So the idea, it's fun. It's fun to look at these things. It's fun to look at this blue ball and it's bouncing around, but it serves a purpose, does it not? It
mm-hmm.
serves a purpose. It serves a purpose that the things that we hang on to keep coming back to us. Keep coming back to us. So the idea is just like the rock, we can label and identify what this is, and we can let it go. Let it go and let it bounce away. Another thing, since this is prop day, one of the things that I've suggested to people in the past on this show is to people lose their focus rather quickly. Do they not?
Absolutely.
Okay, so these are some things that not to do in the new year. A not to do list, okay, is to not to spend time on something when you begin to lose focus simply because you believe that you have to do that. Okay, I used to ask people to use the digital timers on their phones. However, I found that artificial. I found that very artificial. So what I've done is thinking about what's more natural. What's more natural, and what's more natural than sand? So what we've done is we've ordered a bunch of hourglasses. And what we do is maybe you can get them in 15-minute increments, 30-minute increments, 45-minute increments, hour increments. So the idea is to actually have something real and look at, and you can actually see something happening. This is in real time. This is real things. This is not artificial. Okay? So, and this can actually run without electricity. Actually, it even runs without the internet. How about that? Did you think anything ran without the internet anymore, Mike?
Wasn't sure if there was anything left.
Uh-huh.
Everything from our toasters to our clocks.
So here's the challenge I'd like to put everyone out today. Whatever your focus is, whatever the time that you can pay attention to something, our challenge is that you get one of these real time devices, and that would be an hourglass. And as a matter of fact, for the first person that contacts the show today, we'll send them an hourglass. We'll send them an hourglass. And for the second person that contacts the show, we'll send them one of these little spinners. And the third person that contacts the show, we'll send them one of these punch balls. So the idea is this is an audience participation type. And to wrap up our not to do list, this is a challenge that you could do every day, you could choose to do. And I'd like to address all of our friends out in the Twitterverse. Particularly, there's an individual who has become close to my heart. This individual shared a lot about their life with me, and I so much appreciate that. I so much appreciate all the interaction and all the encouragement and support that not only we receive, but we're able to send out to others in our Twitterverse, and a purposeful good use of social media. So for everyone out there in Twitterland, we welcome you. We certainly encourage your comments. All criticisms, any comments are certainly helpful. So until then, we'll end this year with another free prescription: fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Unplug your television and take up fishing. And for a truly mindful experience, we ask that you fish without bait. Do a kindness for yourself. Do a kindness for another. Forgive yourself and forgive another. Till all are free, none are free. Namaste, my friends.
Please check out our website at fishingwithoutbait.com, where you can listen to the show, comment on our discussions, and find out where you can subscribe to our podcast. If you're interested in flying the colors of Fishing Without Bait, click the shop icon on our website. We have clothing, mugs, cell phone cases, and so much more. Show the world that you fish without bait. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.